Yes. Right, wicked, awesome. How is everyone rocking today? Yes, let's go. Okay, right, so this is like my third stream in a row. Normally I do like 2 streams an entire week, or 1 stream an entire week, whereas now this is like the third one. So part of the reason I'm really properly keen on getting back on it today is I left it on a really cool, fun cliffhanger. Basically, I couldn't solve a particular thing the last episode, and I realised that because I was getting quite tired, I was thinking, you know what, I'm going to kind of sleep on it, try and work out how to get it sorted, and I fixed it. Right, so what was the problem, and how did I fix it? Right, so the problem was twofold. There were 2 different problems occurring. Right, so number 1 was, and actually what I'll do is I'm going to I'll show you the tiny bit of code that I've done to change everything. And then we will, I'll then show you, what I did essentially to fix it and why it fixed it. I've just got to remember exactly where it is. Summon menu, here, right. So what I did here, it says get component transform. Right now, that what I did last episode was I did base trans, because it's kind of logical, because normally whenever I put base trans, that's the transform that is referring to the main object that has all the other things connected to it. So what would happen is, and I will go back to it just because I do want to explain it. So we've got base trans here, right? And this was essentially the problem that we had. So I'm going to press play. And we'll just wait. Right, here we go. Oh no. Let's have a look. Oh, have I just created another error message accidentally? Let's see. Let's see where the problem lies. Apologies for this. Oh no, another error message. Oh, yes. Okay. No, that's fine. So what we've done is, in starting the... all we actually need to do is, where we've got our main master here, we've got this selected. I just need to do quick reset. So hopefully this should work. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so you'll be able to see the issue that we've got. And in fact, I can even show it off here. So this is the... loot which we were working on yesterday. So you can get coins, you can get rumple tokens, and you can even get a new card. Yeah, let's go for that. Right, and then we'd go back in. Anyway, right, here's the issue. I press escape, right, as if to bring up the menu. All right, and if I press escape again, this doesn't disappear. Right, and this was just like stressing me out slightly, because I was thinking maybe it just hasn't got to a certain bit, and in fact here is the perfect bit, right? So I've even destroyed the game object, right? So in theory we should never even be able to reach this, right? But we did, and it didn't destroy the thing. So I was working for a while, and then I realised that number 1, when you destroy a game object, I think it still has to destroy it the next frame or something like that, because it still can do the rest of what it was planning to do before it destroys itself, right? So that was number 1. And number 2 was where I've got this base trans here. This was actually referring to, if you look here, I've got get component in children. It's actually referring to number 1 in the array, which is the second transform. And as a result, when we're making trying to attach this, there's a whole grey screen that goes in front of everything, right? Which it hasn't accounted for. So the base trans is just essentially the box saying menu, whereas there's a grey screen behind that. So if I do get component transform, then the whole thing should work completely fine. So I want to just double check that works. So we've got that saved. Give this another shot. I'm also going to do another quick experiment. I can still press escape over here and still do that, but if you take close note as well, I press escape and it's still yeah, so it does actually destroy it. So one thing which I kind of want to fix as well is once we've actually done all of these, and I picked a card, that one will do, and it goes into this corner. And I press escape now. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. Huh, that's interesting. I actually thought I'd saw the menu appear. What if I do... Sorry, I'm, again, trying to create a problem that I'm sure was there. Okay, well that actually seems to work fine. Anyway, alright, okay, don't worry. Let's not try and fix a problem that isn't there. Okay, I'm definitely all in favour for not bothering about that. Right, anyway, so that's good. So brilliant. What we're looking to do next is we're looking to defeat an enemy and then for it to go back onto the map screen so that we can sort of translate all of the enemy rewards into... sorry, my mind's gone. Yeah, so we can actually translate all of these like enemy rewards from the actual, like, let's have a look from here. So these are the different monsters we've got, and I've got things here like gold min max, rumple tokens reward, and here are the monster rewards. So essentially, we're going to once we've defeated a monster, we're going to create a class which is let's have a look. Monster classes, monster reward class, which essentially translates all the information from after defeating a monster into here, so we can then go onto the map and then fix it. So for us to do that first, we need to go into the main game. Sure, I'll save. Right, so let's have a look. So what we are looking to do is we need to find out when the enemy actually dies. So whatever it is that makes the enemy die is what we're going to kind of work on first. I've got to remember exactly where we're headed. I think there's something like combat script, and if it's not in here, we'll be able to find it from here. So begin. Let's have a look. If I go Control MO, close all of this up. Combat routine. Because essentially we've just got to work out the bit in which we're changing scene and then just do a little bit before. So in fact, is it easier for us to just go here? I'm going to close all but this. And then, so in the master, we've got change scene somewhere. Change scene. So let's find all these references. It shouldn't be too many. Okay, that's a bit more than I thought, but that's no problem. So all of these ones going to the Destiny map. So this one looks good. That's when you do a new game. That's when you do a resume game. And this is when... Anyway, either way, it's this one here. And of course, we're going to go to the test map. I'm really regretting calling this scene test map. So it's going to be... so basically, we've just got to do all of the little intricate bits of coding just in here. So test map. And here, right, make up the reward. Yeah, the monster reward class. So, first of all, we're going to have monster reward class, and we'll just call it MRC equals new monster reward class. Okay, all right, and we also want to have gameinfoscript.instance monster rewards available equals true, and then we're going to have we're going to just set up all of this. So mrc dot monster name equals, and I'm pretty sure we've just got hold of this. This is the monster parent script. I'm pretty sure we've got the. Oh, sorry. Trying to work out what that beep came from. I forgot to switch my PS5 off. It's like the biggest panic ever. It's like, whoa, the world's caving in. Ah, no, it's okay. It is not the end of the world. Right, anyway. Right, where were we? What's the name? So, yeah, I remember where we were. Where were we? So, monster SO. This is the key bit of information that we need. So it's the underscore monster SO. So, underscore monster SO dot monster name. Okay. And then mrc dot and now here's where I've just got to be a little bit, just got to kind of work this out slightly. So for int I equals 0, I less than underscore monster SO dot monster rewards dot length. Okay, and we need to just do another couple of little things. So we're going to have mrc dot monster rewards equals new list. Okay, and mrc dot monster reward ints equals new list of ints. Okay, so now that we've done this, we're now going to cycle through all the monster rewards. Now, I've left this intentionally open because I like the idea that in the future we might be able to add, like, monsters might be able to drop like constructs, and that shouldn't be too hard to implement. So that's always a potential that could happen. So we're now going to go mrc dot monster rewards dot add underscore monster SO dot monster rewards I. Ooh, we might have a little problem here. Hold on, that's probably, hopefully that will just resolve the problem. Yes, okay. So what we're doing first is we're adding all of the monster rewards, but we're not assigning any numbers to it. But now we're going to do the same again. In fact, we can do it kind of on the... We can actually do it in the same for loop. I was thinking of doing two separate for loops, but we're going to have switch. So int, we'll just call it monster int equals 1. Okay, switch underscore monster SO dot monster. I tell you, I spelled the word monster wrong about 100 times so far. Case dmrod dot gain money break. We want the monster int to equal a random dot range somewhere between our monster SO dot min, gold amount min, comma, underscore monster SO dot gold amount max. Okay, so we are picking a random number between these two fields, and that's going to be the amount of gold that we get. And then case dm reward potentials dot rumple tokens, break monster int equals, and this is going to be slightly easier, this is just going to be monster SO dot rumple tokens reward. Okay, right. I can actually have, we could do the sort of the mathematical part, because I want there to be more rumble tokens when you go up into higher chaos levels. So we could literally just do the maths here. So monster rewards plus game info script dot instance dot chaos level current -1 times by underscore monster SO dot rumple token reward. Okay, and I think that is even though that looks a little bit odd, there's probably an easier way of doing this. I think we don't need the -1 because the chaos level, I think, is recorded as level 0 when you start. So it's going to be, say, 6 rumple tokens plus 0 times 6 for level 1, which I think kind of works out. And then just to be on the safe side, we will put a default break. We're just going to have monster int equals 1. I know that we've already assigned it there. It's just technically not needed, but I'd rather just default to that just in case. So now we are going to go mrc dot monster reward int dot add monster int. Okay, all right. So now that we've got this class, we haven't given it, so we've made this true. So now we're just going to have game info script dot instance dot monster reward class equals mrc. All right, so it looks like we're on board. Everything's rocking. Everything's looking good, and we can now test. We can now do a fight and see if the data is recorded over, so that when we go back onto the map, it will give us the monster reward. Now, there is one little thing that we need to do that I'm actually going to put this. So this test map is now here with the big boys, with the actual important scenes, and we're going to go build settings, and I haven't actually put the test scene in yet, so I can just add maybe I just need to drag it over. Yeah, that's fine. So we've got the test map available, and let me just have another quick look, see what it's all, see what's happening. So here, I think this is looking good. So now we are going to let's see if I can get this correct. So I don't even think we won't have a renegade. We're going to fight Blobbo just because that might be the only thing that we can fight right now, and I want to change something back that I changed before, which will be on the game info script. So let's go edit this. So what we're actually doing now is so what's the easiest way of doing this? Because I created a dummy monster award. I think it's actually here. Let's go find all these references. I created a dummy one just to get it to work. So I think here, this is it. So this is upon reset. So we actually want to get rid of this and this. Actually want to get rid of that and just have GIS dot. Oh no, yeah, that's fine. So let's have a look. So it's actually that. Okay, that's what we're going to get rid of. So we will do a reset, and we're going to start with the normal deck. We're going to be fighting Blobbo. We're going to see if we can defeat him, and then see if we're actually going to test a few things at once. So hopefully this will just play. Looks good. Okay, so I'm just playing to win, to see if we can get the monster award. Okay. Oh yes, right. So I think I like to start with this. I was gutted, I didn't want to draw into that, but that's okay. Oh, I've somehow got this in my hand. Oh well, can't complain. One metal ball do. Actually, I'm not actually playing this super well at the moment, but that's okay. Right. Okay, let's get some defenders up. So our plan is we're looking to just see if we can defeat him, see if we it then goes to the map, hopefully does the whole reset, and then we get to get the monster award from killing this one. Sustained attack. Let's just try and get that number down as quickly as we can. He's now enraged. And now he's healing. This is really annoying. Never mind. So we have... Oh, we don't actually have quite enough defenders. But that shouldn't matter too much because we'll only lose one ranger when he attacks. Oh yes, right, okay. Here we go. It feels like we might be soft locked here. This is okay. So we are in. That's interesting. It's saying that we're in Destiny map. I wonder why. Did I forget to save it? I mean, I'm definitely the sort of thing that I would do. I don't think so. So if that is the case, okay. Oh, I think I know what I've done. So I think I've just put it in the wrong place. So, in fact, yeah, okay, I know what I've done. So this was actually my get out clause, where we've got if Big Daddy map class is equal to null, then try and make something of it, right? Yeah, I've just put it in the wrong bit. So what we really need to do is put it here. So it is literally just a matter of me going Control X and then chucking it here because it went to the Destiny map and as we know, we've been slowly breaking it, making it unusable over the last few episodes. So hopefully this should fix it. Okay, right, don't worry, I'll speed it. We'll speed it. We'll just quickly kill this boss, really quickly, and it's gonna be, so quick. Right, okay. I'm gonna see if I can do it in 3 minutes. Quickly, it's all about getting attacks. I don't care how much damage I take. 1, 2. I don't know why I'm using this totem. This is not helpful right now. I don't need a bees card. Right. I probably should have found a way of doing angry chat. But 1, 2, end turn. Okay. Right. More attackers. Yes. More sustained attack. Yes. Let's go. Okay. Yes. Just building up as much as we can. Right. Oh, hey, Laker Gaming, let's rock! Oh yeah, actually, I was having a little play of what's it called? Of Wormhole Adventurer, and like I was so gutted. I had still had the basic first starting ship, and then I then accidentally, you know, when like there's one of those sort of ships that are sort of that V shape like ship, and I thought, oh no, I'm already half injured. I hope I've got enough to destroy it, and it killed me. And I was like, I was so gutted. I was like, I was saving up all these credits. I sold all of my resources. I was like, brilliant. All I need to do is find a really good ship. And then I died. I was like, oh no. And obviously, to me, I've always got to do permadeath. So I was just, I was so sad. But yeah, like I mean, I'll be honest. It is suddenly calling. It is beckoning me. Right. Right. Okay. Oh yeah, I saw it like just I think I saw it actually on YouTube, oddly enough. I've watched it a little bit, but I might just sort of actually look at your strategies from the start and see how it all goes. Anyway, right, we have so actually, what episode are you up to at the moment? Like, because you're telling me how many display screens have you got left to get? Right, so this actually looks like it's worked. So we've translated that over there. Get that. That's fine. See those lines there that appear. I haven't really worked out how to fix that yet. It's like just where the text. It's like it's using a bit of the sprite from the next one. But that's going to be another big problem that I'll probably do offline because that's not really a programming issue. So if I was to add this now, then that's all closed. Goes into there. And then we're back in. Okay, right, fantastic. That's a big win today. So now, yeah, right. So now, what are we working on next? Oh, nice. Oh, awesome. It's like it's weird because I watched it for a little bit, then I suddenly just was like, oh no, I want to start playing it again. It's like right. Anyway, we have now successfully made our reward system work. We're actually going to start getting the map to actually do the things that we wanted to do. So I haven't worked. Yeah, yes. Out of interest, right? And this is probably going to be quite a difficult thing to. But how strong was your ship when you went into the combat instance? Because I pretty much had almost the perfect possible ship before I tried any combat instances, and some of them are like easy-ish, but there's a few that are just like so brutally difficult that. Like, I was just like, oh, hang on. You just see the number of ships that are in each wave. I was like, oh, no, I'm just not going to do that. Even though I've got what I consider to be the best possible ship, I still don't think I'm strong enough. But I probably am, but I don't want to take the risk because it's on permadeath. Right, so we have actually nailed the main thing that I was looking to do. Okay, so now I want to try something else that's a little bit spicy. It's not that spicy. What we're going to do first is in the main camera, we are going to add scripts. I can't remember if I put it in the core scripts. I didn't. It might be in the map scripts. Not Unity UI master script. That's the one. I just want to put this on here, and I want to experiment with something. So I think if we go into here, escape menu, edit script. So here is where we're creating it. This is what we're doing. We need to go into this function here, because this is a bit of an experiment, but I am going to I'm just going to actually change it to, no, let me keep all of this, because I think this still works. It's still no problem, but I want to just try something else. So at the moment, we know that it works with the test map. This is the escape menu. But in theory, it should work with all of them. So I just want to have if not Unity UI master script dot instance is not equal to null. I'm using so many double negatives here. Right. So we want to just see if that is enough to then create the escape menu. Right. Fair enough. Oh yes. So is that the what issue is it that you're talking about? Because I was telling you that when you are not on permadeath and you die in a combat instance, it's a little bit hard to continue. But yeah, like it's like, don't get me wrong, that's what makes a game so good, is when you're actually doing it on what is essentially hardcore mode. You know you've got you've properly got your heart in your chest when you're thinking, I've got every move here. It's like oh, sorry, yes. Oh, you did run into that issue again, but not as often. Oh, yes, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yes, no problem. In that, yeah, so what we'll do, we're actually kind of at the point now. What I can, as well, actually, while you're here, this literally only took me a few minutes, but I thought I'd show you. Card art over here. So yeah, this is what we're going to have. It's going to be this is going to be called something like Lakia Battle Plan, and I've actually had a discussion with my brother, and it's going to be a little bit unique to other cards in that every time you upgrade it, it's got a the first thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cheers. And I do want to. Yeah. Ideally, I want to have a little animation, but it's going to be a very utility based card. So naught mana, it's always going to be naught. So naught mana level 1, it's going to be activate your ready camps, which might already be a bit strong if you've got a ready camp heavy deck. But then when you level it up, it's going to be activate your ready camp and draw a card. And then when you level it up to the third time, it's going to be activate your ready camps, draw a card, and gain 1 extra mana next turn as well. So it's going to be, yeah, it's not as though it's like the most groundbreaking card, but it's just a really solid card that you're just like a yes. All right, get late here. Yeah. So we're still having the issues with the archers. Okay, that's good to know. I will. I'll have to. Yeah, I need to have a look at the coding because, in fact, we might be able to. Let's think. Because I was trying to work out. So what I kind of want to do, I'm very close to getting it so that the map, so that I can actually just essentially move to the new map. And I kind of because my brain is kind of in there, I'm going to focus on that. But then as soon as we're going to then get back onto game mechanics, and the first thing I'll work on is sorting out those rangers. In fact, I can have a little look now, because yeah, it's because I did work. I was looking at the coding and I thought I had fixed it, but it's just it's one of those where kind of you kind of have to because I did even try to recreate the problem. So where are we? I think it's combat script edit. Right. So make rangers attack. It's actually was it at the point? In fact, it's all down to. when we're taking damage, I think. So I think it's yeah, I've got to work. Yeah, I'm gonna have a see if I can quickly find it. In fact, if I find the totem master, that'll actually be a lot, because it's all down to that one totem that's giving us grief, isn't it? I think. So totem master script edit. It's not that one. Amount of armor. If I go Control F, go. Right. Yeah. Oh no, that's exactly what it is. It's the code for that, and I think somewhere. Hold on, get patient. Because I've got a bunch of functions here which get like the key specific numbers that we need, and it's one of these functions which should be get number of tokens. Okay, it's not that one. Yeah, and it's one where kind of like, because the idea is when you take damage, you have a certain like amount of a certain amount of ranges that you can save, but for some reason I just can't find it anywhere. Okay, I've just got to. It's so we got to make sure we'll find it, and it'll be like, oh, it was that one. Okay, so it's when the monster attacks first. So this is the ranger, and then that takes damage. And then what's the main script? Take damage. Got to remember. Hold on. Perform attack. Okay. Go to definition. Yeah, I know we're getting close to this, so let's go to this definition, and it'll be this: perform basic attack. Go to definition. Oh, wait a sec. This might be the problem. So dealing with town damage. I think we're going back into the combat script that we were. So that's it. Dealing with this one here. So let's go to the definition. So this is where the problem is lying. So yes, it's all of this bit here. This is where I've been staring at this code for quite a while, and I'll have a quick look. So the defenders remaining equals get number of defenders. That's fine. The damage to take is okay. Beans to splatter is monster attack. And I think this is, yeah, I won't look. Yeah, so this is the bit where we're making the beans defend while it's busy. So if the damage to town heart is greater than 0, this is first of all checking, because Noble Kotu can just block all the damage. Otherwise, right, and then it's here. Okay, so number of rangers to destroy, and I've picked the minimum between the damage to town heart and the... Oh, and this gets hold of the number of rangers. So if they're, say, doing 30 damage and you've got 15 rangers, it will pick 15. Whereas if you've got 30 rangers and it's doing 15, it'll pick the lowest of the two. So it'll never do more than that. And then, oh, get number of Kev constructs. Oh, construct. No, because it's a construct, not a totem. That's why I was struggling. Okay, so this, let's go have a look at this. This one cycles through all of the constructs that are called Kev. Sorry, I'm talking all of this out loud. I do, I do apologise. So if the number is greater than 0, like, So we're going to have the number of Ranger Survivor balls. This is probably where we're wrong. So we're creating a number of balls, which is oh, wait a sec. Number of Rangers to destroy is that. So yeah, this is where we're sort of stuck. Anyway, I do apologise. Like, I'll have a little look at this because I remember thinking, yep, I've done all the work. This should be it. But I want to have actually while we're here because it shouldn't be too hard to try and recreate the same problem. So we're then cycling through each Ranger bull. And then we're saying we've got what this essentially means a 50-50 chance, and the Ranger survives equals true. So the number of Rangers to destroy is -1 for every one of those. And then we're making, so this does actually look good. This does look good, but I do want to kind of like play around with it for a bit. So I think while we're actually at this point here, it shouldn't be too hard for me to go into the Bean Post Master. Let's edit this script. Update. So Bean Post. So I think we've just got a create beans. Yeah, it does look good actually. But like you are right, it's like something that I do really want to fix. At least I know where it is. It's a construct. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, lurk away. So yeah, I'm still gonna have a little play around. So. Create beans and move to points. Let me see, is this the actual big one that I've made? Move to point routine. So I think I actually made a new function which essentially deals with all the problems. Remember where I put it now. Convert, choose individual bean, point. What does that do? Because I made a function where I can just put whatever bean type I like, and it will go through all of the correct things to get it to work. So it will bear in mind like Angry Chucks if it's attackers. It will bear in mind Boy Royston if there's defenders. It would bear all those things in mind. So make bean. So it's not that one. But yeah, it's a bit of a rabbit hole. But what I'll do, I'll spend another sort of 10-15 minutes seeing if I can get to the bottom of it. If not, then I'll come back to it another time. Card condition. That's not the one I want. I want the card master. Card action script. That sounds good. So it's this one here. This is what we're after. Okay, this is actually exactly what we're after. So void update if input dot get key down input dot hold on, keycode dot p, and that will be summon beans bean unit type dot ranger. Let's just say somewhere between a random dot range, somewhere between say 5 and 50. be another. Spawn from ready camp. That'll be false. Okay, and then okay. L. That's good. I just want to check we haven't used this for anything else. Let's go. Find all references. Oh, we have. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's just green all of that out to be on the safe side. That'll definitely cause problems down the line if I don't deal with that. And then here, find all references. Okay, so now we can start a game, but we want to have we want to make sure we've got the Kev. So if I do just quick reset. Don't load. I don't think any of these cards actually matter too much, but let's just add a few more just to be on the safe side. Here we just want Kev, and I can just go down to 1. It doesn't matter whether this is true or not, so I'm just going to go down to 1, and then we give this a shot. Let's give this a try. Okay, right, so P gives me a random amount, then 10. Ah, right, okay. Don't think I quite considered this bit here. Let's go find all references. Oh, we actually need to deal with town damage. That's what I meant to do. That's okay. This is easily fixed. So that'll be combat script .instance deal with town damage 10. Okay, so, right, I'm pressing P, that's giving us 36. Now, we're going to take some damage. Oh, wait a second. Okay, brilliant, yes! Okay, we've created the error message. That is the problem. Okay, right, now, somehow it's saying 49 there, and this is definitely not 49. Yes, okay, right, fantastic. Oh my gosh, okay, you were right the whole time. Right, I'm sorry, I'm so excited to have created this error message. So we're pressing P, we got 47. Now I'm looking to take 10 damage, right, by pressing L, and I just want to check, yep, that's dealing with 10. So what should happen is this should go down to 40, and this 47 should go down to roughly 42, 43. But instead it's adding. Wow. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, we've done it. We've cracked it. This is actually. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. I really thought I'd solved it, but we know that the code is wrong. But yes, yes. Okay. Sorry. Most people don't get excited about this, but I'm really excited. So, like, I'm sure on paper that definitely should work. Okay. So let me just have another quick look, because I think the town damage did still go down, right? I'm just amazed it didn't work. I actually thought I'd tested it. So P gives us 44. Okay. Oh yes, so okay, I haven't actually completed it, but I have found I've got a function here where I press L on the keyboard, right, where I'm going to take 10 damage. I've got this up, so in theory what should happen is this should go down to 40, and I should lose on average, like if it's 10 beans, if this wasn't here, it'd go down to 34. But instead, the number's gone up by 16, and I can't work out where that 16's come from. So if I was to press this again, it's gone up by 16, and then it's gone up by something else. Huh. Okay, right, yes. So we now know, we're at the point, right? This is, I mean, not that I still need to do a bit of Sherlock Holmes-ing to get this to work, but like I never actually really tested it. I was so sure this was going to work that that I just didn't bother actually testing it. Okay, so number of ranges to destroy. So what we can actually do here is I can just have a debug.log number of ranges to destroy here. So I have a feeling that when we actually go to this bit here, it's saying make beans splatter spontaneously, number of ranges to destroy. Yeah, if we find out what this number is, because this might be a minus number, so when we're making beans splatter spontaneously, we're actually adding the pseudo number. So okay, right. So hopefully this debug message, there's a minus. There's a minus somewhere that we've just got to work out. A minus where what doesn't belong. So I'm going to do another random. Okay, 17. All right, I'm going to take 10 damage. Oh. Huh. So the implication there, I just got 0 in a row. That's quite literally the concept of having 10 like wins in a row followed by 10 wins in a row is literally 1 in about a million. So unless that was fantastically lucky, which it legitimately could be, we have just I probably need to do the lottery this month or this week. 3. Okay. Let me first of all just give myself a bit more life. So yeah, we're getting there. I think we found where we found the bad apple. We just need to fix the bad apple. All right, okay. I'm not very good at metaphors. Okay, we found. Yeah, we know it's somewhere in this code, but yeah, okay. So I'm gonna create some more. Okay, 44. Right, taking 10 damage. So somehow we've got minus 11. That's got to be literally impossible. So how did we get minus 11? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So let's go have a look at this, because we, in fact, let's have debug.log number of ranges to destroy. Oh, and by the way, thanks so much for bringing this to my attention, because I had thought I had fixed it, whereas I've just done some testing now to clearly show that I haven't fixed it. Let's just do a quick debug.log number of kev constructs. Yeah, you found it. Yeah. Like, yeah, so it's like my general plan is to just litter the whole place with debug messages until something just doesn't quite look right. So what this should be, provided I have enough rangers, this should always be 10 pretty much. Huh. you might be right. Hold on. The only problem is I've done a maths.min, so I'm picking the lowest number of these. Oh! Oh! That's it! Oh! Yes! Okay, so that is... Oh! Nice! Okay. Oh, brilliant. Okay, I think you've done it. Yes. Quality. Okay, I was going to spend ages working there. Oh, yes. Okay, number of rangers to destroy. I think that should be it. So, this one I can probably get rid of. So it should be 10. Okay, I think we've done it. I say we. I say we. I think this is on you. You fixed it. But I'm definitely going to take the credit. No, seriously, thank you. Let's give this a shot. So, yeah. So that way it was testing every single one. Yeah. Okay. Oh wow. Well done. That's absolutely incredible. Like. Right, back to cooking. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Oh, right. Okay, let's go give this a test then. Thank you. Thanks so much, man. That's absolutely brilliant. This is Lakia Gaming properly coming in clutch, saving the day. Right. So that's about right. That's good. We're still always taking 10 damage, so we should take roughly 5. So it might go down to 9. Gone down to 8. That's still statistically fine. Gone down to 3. Check this out. Right. Oh, he's resilient. He finally goes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Oh man, that's it, isn't it? It was. Okay. Right. You know what? Even though, like, so if ever anyone ever gets to, if ever anyone actually looks at this code years from now, we're going to be this. Was Lakia helping me out. Right, with a smiley face. Oh, nice. Oh, brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so really big win. Because this, by the way, this has been harrowing on my mind for a long period of time. Yeah, that looks good now. Yeah, okay. Right, I probably better get back to the other things that we were going to do. So, what we're looking to do now is we want to. I don't know if I want to have like an arrow. So I'm gonna have a look at the map, because I want one thing that we haven't dealt with yet is when we're on the test map. We don't need to save, that's fine. When we're on the test map, let's have a look. Yep, that's all fine. So we'll do the fight, but there's nothing at the moment. I can press T to move to the next thing, but there's nothing like. So if I was to say add a card to my deck, and say we add cheap conscript, I kind of want. Like as soon as that happens, for little Nina to actually just automatically move to the next island. So yeah, that's what we're going to work on next. Oh my gosh! Sorry, I'm so happy. Right, I just realised I need to quickly go to the toilet. I'll be right back. yes, right, okay, sorry. Let's rock. Okay. Oh, that is such a big win. Right, okay, let's get rid of some of these debugs. Right, there's a few debugs that I want to try and clear some of these debugs as I go, because it's going to be a big sort of mission. Because I think when I come back, does it just clear all of these? Yes, it does. Okay, never mind. We're just going to get rid of them one at a time. Okay, right. So now with that sorted, sorry, I'm so excited, so happy with that. We are now looking to, I think, actually, our first priority is if we go into the title scene and press play. Hopefully this will all work out okay. What we want to do is we want to make it so that when you press play, it goes into the test map and not into the Destiny map, because the Destiny map is the dowdy old grey rubbish one, and we're looking to make it go into the good one. So that's the sort of map that we've been working on. So over here, let's go title. Yes, yeah, it's completely fixed. It's completely fixed. It's, yeah, genuinely really happy. Like, kind of, it is that one little bit. And just to clarify as well, not that this means much, but I thought I'd let you know anyway. Somewhere, I can't remember where I've put it now, but I put a little green note after it, just saying thanks to, what's it called? Yeah. Actually, no, it's not up there now. But I put a little comment after it, just saying thanks to Lakia for this one, because it's just one of those like tiny little things that just fix it, and I just really do appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, we're onto making the game suddenly, because as soon as I've done this, I can then probably get this version available on like Steam at early access. But that's where we're working on. That's what we're working on at the moment. So I can go, edit this script. Let's just close a few of these down. I don't think we need them now. That'll do. Actually, no. I'll just close all but this. So we want it to. So here, where we're changing to Destiny map. In fact, let's go find all these references. So mid-campaign, we actually want to go to test map. Here I've got a debug saying hey, which is probably not needed anymore. So this, basically we're going to do this. If we're not mid-campaign, it's going to go to a new scene, and then it will create a new test map. Whereas in this condition here, this is where we create the two other. We have the little animation. So let's just worry about this first, and then we're going to worry about the next one. So let's just see if all of this transition works. So let's press stop and try again. Oh no, I like because I know because there's another guy who I haven't actually seen on stream for a little while called KO2 Fan, who essentially, like on a few occasions as well, has properly helped me out, because like it's one of those times where it's like that particular thing that you spotted, I probably would have reached it eventually, but it could have taken me another half an hour, and whereas you just kind of like properly swooped in with these, I spotted it, which is just brilliant. Right, so let's see if this transition works okay. So at the moment, we haven't actually dealt with that, so I need to actually do a quick reset first, because what happens at this precise moment, if I do a quick reset, there is a reason why that's important, because if there is no game saved, you can just press play and it will start straight away. That's it. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's good. That transition is good. Now, I'm going to do a bit of an experiment. I'm just going to go there, and then we'll go on to, say, the next one afterwards. Okay, and now I'm going to press back to title. That looks a bit rubbish. That can definitely be fixed, but that again, this is why we're doing all these things, so we can actually fix them. Now I'm going to exit, and there's something that I actually do need to quickly check. So we want to get the resume button to work. So now that oh no, I've done quick reset. I had it on quick reset. Okay, ignore that. All right, let's just try and create the same scenario again. Okay, so we're starting a thing. This is the town. Obviously, like most towns, it gets transformed back into a cute little pink monster. Right, we're going to go to there. Then we're going to go back to title. And then that I definitely need to fix. Let's wait for this to load up. Right, this is all good. Okay, now I'm going to pause. Go on to master, make it no longer quick reset, and then we're going to press play. Right, and then I want to see if I can resume and see what happens essentially. So, resume. Ah, we've got Yarg! So we have got a problem, but that is fully understandable. So what's actually happening if mid-campaign... how many times did it say Yarg? 28, okay. So let's see. So actually, to be fair, that's not... Trying to work out why it's not playing. I was seeing if it was just busy loading, but I don't think it is. So there's obviously something that we've missed, which is what we're working on essentially. So with all this loaded, we're looking at having a look here. Progress. Ah, right. So the progress int is still 0. But yeah, so I haven't done much as far as actually the transition from going from actually using the map to go anywhere else. So that looks roughly what our starting hand should look like. All of this is fine. So we've just got to kind of work out, I think attached here, it's gutting. Not that there's really any easy way of doing it, but you can't see two-dimensional arrays on the inspector. I don't know how they would ever show it like that, but that is one thing that would just generally be quite nice, because I should, in theory, have two-dimensional arrays. But I've got a really fun way to check if this two-dimensional array is actually functional. It shouldn't take too long, but that's what we're kind of working on at the moment. So it looks like it's loading all of that. Oh, hang on a sec. So the Yarg didn't actually come. So that's interesting. So that Yarg was actually completely insignificant, because it's saying that now. And then we just clear that. So let's just try again, try and work out exactly what it is, why, yeah. So we've still got the file, we're still pressing resume. We are allegedly in the Destiny map, and we've got to work out why it hasn't actually done any of this. Oh, hold on. Oh, we're in the Destiny map, that's why. Oh, I'm such an idiot, such an idiot. Okay, ignore that, ignore everything. We're still going to the wrong place. I forgot that the resume button actually follows different coding to the original play button. So that's fine, we just need to go here. Now we've got this big chunky resume button at the ready. Let's edit this script. Yes, okay, all right. All right, first hurdle sorted. Okay. So let's give this another try. Okay. So I actually don't think the progressing has been affected, so it probably just goes straight to the start, but let's have a look. So that's all good. That's where the town is. Okay, so it feels like it does load okay, and now I'm just going to be a little bit sneaky and change the progress into say 5, and then continue and go back to title. And now we're going to press resume and see if it has loaded at the spot that we want it to load. No, it hasn't, but that's okay. That's why we're that's what our plan is today. So yeah, it's still saying progress in 5, but that might be because I've actually done another type of progress in that I haven't really dealt with. But that's what we're looking to do today. We're finally getting the map. Now we've done everything that we want on the map. We're finally getting the map to actually work with the rest of the game. So, what? Yeah, like I say, I'm not actually sure exactly the correct thing. Not test scene, test map. So what we kind of want. Okay. So we want to make it so that let's do one thing just quickly. I'm doing little easy things before we work onto the big one, just so my brain can still remain occupied. Like keep the complicated bit at the back of my mind while we're doing the easier bit. So this is the tile here. Yeah. Edit, because I think there's a bit where we're creating the sort of the dust that goes on top of it, and the dust is like essentially 9 times or 3 times bigger than it should be, and that's what we're working on fixing at the moment. So entering, one click, push button down. This is what's happening here. Deck checker script. Okay. I'm not sure. Create dust. Here we go. Let's go to this definition. So here we're instantiating, we're finding the particular thing here. So all we really need to do is go into this one. So that's prefab particle effects, DM tile, press PE, and just make it 1/9 the size, and then that should fix it. So is it resources, prefabs, particle effects, DM, particle effects, this one here, and then if we press play, why is that not playing? Either way, we just need to make it a little bit smaller. I don't really just want to make it 1/3 the size there. I'm trying to work out why it's not actually rendering. Unless we've just zoomed out miles too much. Or we haven't zoomed out enough. This is definitely the right one, right? Yeah. So shape. So scale is apparently 2 and 2. So that, in theory, should be 0.66666. So let's just see if that works. I don't know why it's not playing there. That's why. Oh, hold on. That's why. Yes, and it's because we were mid gaming. So let's see if that looks okay. Is that going to be too congested, or is this? I'm okay with that. I mean, it does look a little bit too much, but that's kind of all right. Okay, right. So that's that problem sorted. We now need to we now need to work out what is actually the hinging point as to where Nina, the little monster, gets spawned. So if we go into this map test script, because I think I might have had, yeah, we've got a progress int here. Let's find all references. So at no point, oh, maybe there is. Okay. So, right. So we are definitely using this for good reason. I just got to work out why we're... So there is actually a point in which the progress int does go up when we're making Nina move from one island to the next. And let's just check that we have got access to this progress int. And is it being saved at any point? And the answer is no, it's not. So how do we deal with this? We go into to the master, to the game info script. Let's edit this script. And it will be the Big Daddy map class. Let's go here, go to definition. So it's the reason it's a bit confusing is because I've used progress ints and I've got two completely separate progress ints, and we need to get rid of one of them. So let's go find all references. Hopefully it's not too many. That's not too bad. And I think in the save load, we should be saving it there. That should be saving there. So this is all the Destiny Plantain that I don't... Oh, of course! Because what we're trying to do as well is we want to get rid of this altogether. I don't know how risky it is just to remove it and just hope for the best. I think it's an idea to remove it so that we can find the error messages, because this is the old bit of code that it's partially still going from. So let's just remove this component, press play, and then see where our error messages come from. Okay. So we might get an error message because it might be trying to... Nope, okay, that's fine. We didn't. But that's still all good. What's actually... So we still do have the Big Daddy map class. I've just got to remember where it's attached to. It must be the main game object. So master, game info, Big Daddy maps. So this is what we want to affect. So what we should be doing is every bit on the test map over here, every time we're using this progress int, we essentially, I'm going to go find all references now, and then we want to just get rid of this altogether because we want to be referring to the other test map int, the other progress int. So, so this will be, we've actually got GI there, so everything is going to be hinging. Every time we're using these progress ints, we're actually going to have gi._ Big Daddy map class dot progress int. Okay, so we're going to copy that, and we're just going to hope we can just fit it everywhere, and then hope this is kind of like the quick, easy way of just fixing everything. I'm sure I'll run into problems. Oh, actually, yeah, we're getting an error message there. Yeah, that's fine. So the quick way of dealing with this is if we just go... We just need to go copy this. Control C. Control V. Control V. And so that's kind of what we need. Control C. Okay, so we're... And I think once we've done all of this, we're just going to get rid of this original, this progress in from the map test, and then that will kind of make everything a bit easier. Right. Oh, nice! Is that the red pieces? So that's what, the 10th of November. Okay, sorry. Yes, to to anyone just tuning in, there's Lakia has printed off a sort of hexagon-shaped, like a 3D printer of the hexagon-shaped like puzzle where you've got to fill in places to try and leave the current date still revealed. It looks a lot of fun actually, because I do remember playing with loads of those when I was younger, and sometimes getting really frustrated because you just try it, you end up moving loads of pieces around, and you like after about half an hour you're still actually in the same same struggle. But yeah, well played though. Right. So every time we're always loading this particular game info script. Oh yeah. Okay, right, so now that we've changed that, I'm going to go all the way to the top, control home, get to the top there, green that out. That's I suppose that's one whole extra technology that I haven't even like sort of got my brain around yet, because you can see, like, sometimes you'll see a really good fun puzzle online, you'll be like, oh well, I'll order that, but then you've actually got the ability of like, oh no, I'll do one better, I'm physically going to print the entire puzzle. So is that so? Have you how long did it take to actually print the calendar hexagon puzzle shape thing? It's just such a cool idea. Right, so we're going to test now. So I think we can actually now kind of give the whole moving on, exiting the game, then coming back in to see if it saves. So let's have a look. So if we go into master, the progress int is 2. Okay, so now I'm going to go, we can back to title. Oh, about 24 hours. That's so cool though. It's like that excitement of like it's like, you know, do you order it, or do you like, that's, yeah. And like how, so out of interest, as far as like sort of scrap like plastic that it uses, like how much does that cost, like as far as actual just like the actual scrap materials that you need? Now you're going to be telling me, oh no, the the computer creates the plastic. I was like, nah. But yeah, I'm always intrigued with that. Oh right, I see. Yeah. So we're going to resume. We're hopefully. Oh, camera's there. Is the camera going to pan in on the correct place? Yes, it is. Okay. All right. So we are getting there. What we need now is, so when you're at this point and you're grabbing a one of these, you're like, yay, collect it. Now I kind of want, after you've collected it, for Nina to just move to the next one automatically, which I haven't worked out how we're going to do quite yet, but I don't think that should be too tricky. Over here, let's edit this script and try and work. Let's find out a good solution to this. Oh wow, okay, that actually seems quite random, because that was definitely not like that only look like about maybe a couple of 100 grams. Yeah. Okay, alright, this is getting more and more cool as I hear about it. Right, so this is the key bit. We've got the error message, we've got the exact error message as to what we need, so I'm just going to get that out. Destiny tile script. I think, let's just have a look. So we want to make sure that when specific things happen, I'm actually going to let me have a look. So what we'll need to do is have test. What have actually? Oh, map test script. Why have I map test script dot instance dot make Nina move from one island to the next. The only problem is if we're fighting a monster, that will mean essentially it's still going to be moving forward, which is not really what we want to happen. Yeah. Yeah. And I think we're probably going to reach the stage maybe in sort of 5 to 10 years where we'll be looking back at now being like, oh, remember when you had to wait 24 hours to... Because I think I look at times, you know, I'm trying to think of a sort of good example, but I'm still one of those people where it's like, remember 56k modem times when like you'd try and do anything and you'd be like, I'm going to be here for a long time. And there's this particular... Now, I was trying to find it online and I couldn't do it. But I don't know if you remember the sort of Windows 95 / Windows 98 screen where when you didn't get the internet, it would give you a long list of things which never worked or never did anything. Yeah, yes. And then if you try and pick it up, you just hear the ga-dang, ga-dang. If you ever try and pick up the phone and, yes. Yep, I remember all of those, all of those days. But I think the advantage is I'm still amazed. Like when I'm using my phone, I'm still amazed at how quick the internet is because I still don't take it for granted at how quick it is. So I'm still thinking, wow, this is so much faster than like 56k modems. Right, so we kind of want to do this, but this won't really compensate for when we've got monsters. So what I could do is I'm going to do Control C, Control V, and we kind of want to have I'm going to get rid of all this. I do have a plan. And whenever it's this is like a quick solution. It's not the perfect solution, but what we're kind of hoping to happen is it will, like, when we're opening a tile that's just like one of these, then we do the whole tile bit here, and then afterwards, just by default, it will make Nina move forward one. Hold on, let's have a look. Oh my word! Okay, all right, this is pretty cool. No way! Oh, that's really cool. Okay, you know what? Okay, right. I won't watch any more because I'm just going to be staring at that forever. But that's incredible. Wow, that's 3D printing a literal house. Oh man. Again, I reckon 5 to 10 years from now, they'll be like, oh, remember when they thought it was really amazing that they were 3D printing a house? Whereas now, we're just 3D printing, you know, I don't know, something else. So, anyway, with this in mind, let's actually do a little bit of an experiment. So, oh yes, of course, yeah. So, like, because what we kind of want, in fact, yes, this is actually quite easy to test with. So now that I've put that bit of code in place, oh, I had it on quick reset. It doesn't matter. We haven't lost too much. So this turns back in. We're then going to move to the next one. Right, now let's just say I want to add a card. And we're going to add code 2. Then it does move to the next one. Okay, and then we should be able to fight. Okay. Right. And then we've got that, and then we're fighting that. Okay. Alright, so that's really cool. Okay, so now we've got to so we have kind of done, we have almost done the full transition. The only thing that we're missing is after we've defeated an enemy, we get the rewards, and then the camera goes back onto Nina, and then Nina doesn't move automatically. But I think the way which we should do that is so I'm going to do, this is, it might be a bit long-winded a way of doing that, but if we edit this script, right, even though in theory these can be one of the same bools, I'd rather have two separate bools. So we're going to have a public bool, move Nina after rewards. So this one is going to be a boolean here. Now it's going to be a bit of a mission because I'll then need to save. I'll need to save all of this. But if I find all references, because the thing which I was working on, and actually, in fact, we can get. Oh yes, okay. So I've got some exciting stuff that I'm looking to try. So let me have a look. So this is the point in which we're creating the rewards. So we're also going to have gameinfoscript.instance. Move Nina, that equals true. Okay, and then on the map test, when we are once we've created all the maps, this is the bit where we're creating, no, that's not it. This is the bit where we're creating the rewards. Then we're focusing the cam on there. Then we're making Nina do the transition. Then we're just waiting for the deck to be summoned. And then we're going to have if gameinfoscript.instance move Nina after rewards. Then we're going to have move Nina from one island to the next, and then make Control C this one here equal false. So hopefully this will mean that after we've done a fight and then we've won, we go back onto the map, wait for everything else to happen, then we make Nina move from one place to the next. And then I think we should wait. We should have while. Actually, I hope I've got Nina map script dot. I think it's busy, but we'll double check. So let's go to this definition. Ah, it's not. It's Nina moving ball, I think. So we're going to wait for all of this before we then go to save it. Okay, that's fine. So So not there. This one here. So it's while. Oh, what did I call the boolean again? I've forgotten now. Sorry. Let's go to this definition. Mean a moving ball. Oh, I thought I tried typing that in and the autocorrect didn't back me up. Let's try again. Oh yes, of course, because we got that. Okay. While mean a moving ball. Okay. So this is good so far. Let's test to see if this works. Unfortunately, that'll mean we'll have to do a battle very quickly. But we're going to test kind of two things at once. So let's go back to the scene. We're going to quickly do the first fight. So let's go into the title scene now. New. And then so we're looking to go new game. We want to do the first fight, then see if we can get the rewards. We're actually going to test a few things at once. Yep, I know the problem. I know the problem. We can't. Yeah, but at the moment it's trying to load the Destiny map, and I forgot that we need to actually change that. So we're going to press there, and then pause, and then on here we're going to edit this script. And I think literally everything is exactly the same, except for here it's going to be test map. Test map. Okay, right. Let's give this another shot. Okay. Right, there we go. So new game. Seem to be running into problems straight away. Create Destiny map routine. Let's try and work out why that is not working. So we can probably oh, hang on a sec. I haven't made this one equal false. Okay, that's no problem. So when we're creating the Destiny map, we actually haven't made this one false at any point, I don't think. So let's go. So what's happening is it's finding that it's this boolean is for whatever reason true, and it shouldn't be, because when we do new game, we're not going to be mid-campaign. We're going to be starting a fresh one. So let's go. First of all, find all the references, but it's more like where have we not put it is the important part. So if we go on to this bit here, references. So it wouldn't be that one. So, oh, I see. Where we're resetting cards and cards life and map, I think here, let's go to this definition. Go into this bit. Yeah, we just simply haven't put it. We need to have a particular boolean, which is, so this adds all the cards. We need to have mid-campaign equals false. So I think that is literally all we needed to do. And oh yeah, of course. This is yeah, this is fine. What else do we need to do? We actually need to have monster rewards available equals false. We ideally have no use for this at all now. If I just go find all references, there still probably will be a few about, but they're all going to be, we probably can just nullify and get rid of all this together. I'll save that for another thing, but it's either on, so we can actually get rid of it here. Because we have, this is like old stuff. We don't need the rewards for the Monster SO because we've got a kind of better system in place now. So that we can just get rid of. And I want to have underscore monster reward class equal to null. Yeah. So this is essentially deleting everything. I think that's pretty much all we needed to do. So what I'm going to do very quickly, actually no, we can still test one thing and then we're going to do another thing. Right, so we're going to test to see if we can just play the game now, because the mid-campaign is what was giving us a problem. Because it knew that it was, that boolean saying mid-campaign was what was giving us all the grief. Okay, so new game. Okay, that looks good. Fresh new game. So now our plan is we're going to test kind of two separate things at once. But it all involves us quickly defeating this monster. Right. So, yeah, good solid start. So, I'm going to go Ranger, Recruit and Attackers. Let's get ourselves as tanky as we can. That should be enough to survive the first hit and most of our way to survive in the next hit. We want more Ranger recruits, maybe another few more defenders. And then he's wasting all his time building up, whereas we can just get some more attackers and just pile on the attack. Okay, right, he's down. So now, rewards. Rah! Yes, okay. So these are the rewards that we get. Oh, before I forget as well, I want that to look slightly different. I want that to appear the same way this does, in that it just appears like that. And then we can add a card. Rainbow Alliance is one of my favourite cards. I love that card. And then that's all finished. This goes back in. And then, yes, goes to the next one. Okay. All right. And then if we were to say add a card, let's get kickoff. That'll be useful actually. And then there's one other little thing that I want to test as well. And this will be, I'm going to be I'll be so happy because I tested it I did it in theory, right? And even though this means nothing to anyone, it will mean so much to me, right? It's basically an exploit that you can do in my current version of the game, but you can't do, let's just do, I don't know if I have anything else. I'll just stick with that. And I'm sort of working quite hard to make sure that you can't do that exploit. So let's go defender, and then we can actually sacrifice a few and then just do more stuff here. So we're getting a strong old army that's getting stronger as we speak. Let's go get a sustained attack and some ranger recruits, and then keep the pain going. This would be a really good run, by the way. Got some really good cards to start with. So he's going to get rid of armour, so I don't want to make any armoured units. Let's just do this and this. He's got some armour. But it looks like we're running home with this quite comfortably. Of course he's healing, but I think our archers, our rangers, are actually strong enough, so hopefully we just win. Yeah. Okay. So this is the big test, alright? So we've defeated him. Okay. Now, right. I'm going to collect the 2 Rumple tokens. Okay. So we're now up to 3. Right. And now I'm going to go back to title. Don't worry about that. But we're going to go back to title. And then I'm going to go resume game. And now, come on, let's hope this works. I tested it and it should work. Yes, so we've defeated him. And there's only 2, like with the Rumple tokens we've already collected. So they've actually already been dealt with. So, like, so if you were to suddenly exit at this point, your data would still be saved. So what we kind of want to do is... so, yeah, anyway, fantastic. And then we could add a card over here. Now, oh, of course, I made Grand Gesture 1 mana, and I think that's a good little upgrade. So the only problem now is we transform back in, but we're not moving... Oh no, we are moving back into it, but that's but it's just, yeah, so then it would just move to the next one. Okay, right. So this is still good. Bully Beans. Oh, what does that upgrade to? Okay, yeah, this is feeling a lot more sort of playable now. I'm liking this. Okay, right now I don't want to get too absorbed in the game because there's still things that we want to fix. Okay, so number 1. Actually, I probably should be writing a list down. I've got my thing, but anyway. So number 1 is that new boolean that we've created. Somewhere, which is move Nina after rewards. We just need to make that a save and put that into the save and load script, so we can have it. So first of all, we're just going to put it at the bottom here, and then we're just going to find all the references to this, and then it should be pretty easy from there. So find all references. So here we're going to have data dot Nina move after rewards equals GIS dot Nina rewards. Yeah. So that way, even if you turn off the game, you will still be able to move Nina after rewards. But what we should do as well is upon reset, we should have GIS dot move Nina after rewards equals false. Okay, so that's just making sure this new boolean that we've added will still work if we switch off the game at an inappropriate time that we want to stop. Okay, so yeah, the game, it's starting to become like it's starting to work. So let's do other little fun things. So when we are changing the scene, it doesn't attach to the thing. So I'll see if I can actually recreate the problem. So now we actually got as far as where the snake was. So if I go like this and then go resume game. Oh, we didn't actually save it. I think I just flat stopped the... Oh, no, that's interesting. Oh, of course. So if that is the case, that means we haven't actually added these cards yet. Okay. So I just want to check that you can't... So we've just added... What card did we just add? Let me... Sorry, I need to... Yeah, because I'm trying to create problems that may or may not occur. It's like I'm trying to work out a way so people can't exploit... like work out an exploit, which means that they can like keep picking up cards over and over. And I think I've dealt with that. Resume. So we are actually at that point. So let's just say we wanted to upgrade that. Exit game. So when I load it now, it should be in front of the snake boss. Snaky. So resume game. That looks good. Okay, I think that's more or less okay. So there is a little bit of exploit you can do if you essentially Alt F4 out of the game if there's a card selection that you don't like. But that's... I don't think many people are going to bother about that. Right, yes, okay. Let's go get rid of that before we forget. Okay, so what we're looking to do now is we want to make sure that the way that the sort of curtains close over the camera, we're going to fix it so it looks a bit better. So that's, yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. So we actually just need to recreate the scenario. It shouldn't be too hard. Because, yeah, I suppose it is interesting actually, because the Boxitaire game that I made, I did actually have a map that looked a bit like this, and it was a bit more of an adventure game, but most people who played it just kind of said they just preferred the gameplay of Boxitaire, so all of the little map stuff just didn't really work. So now, if I press this here, we know clicking this is going to make the scene change, but we want to make sure that it's actually attached correctly to the camera. So if I go edit script, and then we can actually stop here, and then we work out what's making the screen change at any point. So let's go just follow the route. So it's got the eye pointed down handler. Okay, over here, victory master script card selection. Button down routine. Okay. This doesn't explain anything. Oh, okay. I think it's actually to do with text box. Yeah, it's to do with this Destiny text box, I think. Let's go to this definition. Let's keep this one on board. and then we're going to go Control F, change scene. So I think this is when we're waiting for there. So we're changing this scene. Let's go to this definition. So I think we just need to simply put true there. So comma true. So I'm not going to actually put too much. So if this is true, let's go to this definition. Attach camera equals true. So this is the boolean that we're looking for. So this is what I made. It was quite recently, but it was before we had our like kind of our quote unquote not Unity UI thing. And this was the sort of slightly complex version of it. So I think, for the record, I think this will work anyway. So I'm just going to test to see if this works. And if it does, I might just stick with it. But we could use the official like not Unity UI to actually attach it. But let's see if this works. If it does, I might just let it slide. So resume. Okay. Right, how's this going to look? Oh, that kind of looks fine anyway. I might just stick with it. Okay. Yeah, I'll just stick with that. Now I kind of want to change it. Go to definition. I feel like so we're still instantiating it like that. So let me keep. So we know this is good, but I would rather. I would rather do my sort of newfangled method. So we go Control C, Control V. So we actually don't need that at all, and we would need to simply just instantiate it, right? And then we can have not. Oh, cool! Rock and roll. What are you cooking? Instance dot attach UI from center, and we just need screen transition script dot. Do we actually have the transform? Let's just find out. Go to definition. Okay, we don't need it. Get component transform. So I'm going to see if this works. Oh yeah, we need vector2.0. So this is just to see if this code works just as well as this. So let's give it another try. Oh right. Oh, curry. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Actually, this is a big question. Actually, how spicy do you normally go when it comes to curry? I think like I want to put myself up as, you know, there's the sort of like green veteran initiate. I'm pretty high up. I can take, you know, I can take some of the properly spicy stuff. But I've got a friend who's like several leagues. Right. Anyway, several leagues ahead of me. So now let's see if this works. Yes. Okay, we'll stick with that. That works. Okay. So where are we up to next? Oh, Rogue and Josh, yeah. Actually, I'm not just saying this. Rogue and Josh is like my local curry house. That is what I order more often than not. Ah, yeah, yeah. Like Rogan Josh is the. I mean, so wow, do you actually like? Yeah, because my brother is actually pretty good at making curries. But yeah, I think that sounds like a fair system. I think I did try once. There's a particular curry that's called a. Now it's quite difficult to pronounce. It's like a fahal, which is widely considered the kind of hottest curry, and I managed to get about 2/3 of it, but I was just crying so much. I was like, I'm in so much pain here. It was quite tasty, but I was like, nah, that's my sort of limit here. Right, so now we're going to do some more fun stuff. Because yeah, everything. So the game is actually very. Oh no, that's still fine. That's still fine. I was thinking for a brief moment you were chopping all the vegetables and stuff, but yeah, no, that's fair enough though. Right, what we're looking to do next, I'm going to do resume game. We want to make it so at the moment you can hover over all of these, and they're really, really small, aren't they? We kind of want to work out a way of making it so that they're bigger. And also, sorry, it's just that actually, as I've said that, I kind of want to make a button about like here or something, or maybe here or somewhere, where you can zoom all the way out, and then like if you wanted to have a look at the whole map. I think I had sort of dabbled into that, but I haven't actually fixed that yet. So yeah, so for the time being, why don't we work on making it so that all of this text, because bear in mind, this isn't small on just your screen, this is small for me, I can barely read this. It does say fight a monster, but we need to make this twice as big, so Control-Shift-P, or even bigger still, I could make it bigger still. So if we have a look at this, now if I was to simply just go 2, 2, that would be good, but I have a feeling we can make it sort of proportional to so yeah, I'll have to do a bit of thinking on that. Let's go into the test map and try and just have a look at the hover command, and see if we can fix that. So test map here, play. Right, let's go. So that's fine. So pause. It doesn't actually matter which one I'm hovering over. So if we look at this bit here, we've got a hover here. And what it really should do is make the size proportional to the camera. Yeah, to what the camera orthographic size is, I think. So what's happening here, we're creating the single info. So maybe this is going to be a bit easier than I thought. So what we want here is a public bool, which is going to be something like proportional to camera size. And here we're going to have a boolean. We're going to go into this and have another boolean, which is going to be called proportional to camera size. All right, now this is giving us a red squiggly message, which is what we were assuming. So there's going to be a new argument here, which is going to be bool. Oh, no! Oh man, actually one thing which is really brutal that I have sort of nerfed since then is, I think it's the second from last boss, has a sort of hyper beam where he does like an absolutely enormous attack that can easily just kill you in one. And I realise why it's so unforgiving is because he charges up his attack as he's moving. So meaning when he's doing this attack, it's so brutally difficult. It's like it will probably just wipe you out. But once he's done that one attack, the rest of his attacks aren't actually that threatening. So it is a matter of surviving that one turn, putting everything into defence, and then seeing if you can sort of survive after. But I have nerfed it a bit since then. Proportional to camera size. So we're destroying all the card infos, then we're getting that. And we can probably have an argument here, comma, which we're going to call proportional to camera size, and then we're going to here. So just kind of following the road down. So full proportional to camera size. Okay. And then what's actually happening here? So the colour's clear, it's fixing, it's getting this, that we're fixed sprite size. Oh, what's happening here? Let's go to definition. Oh, this works out the actual sprite size, so that's not actually too much of a problem. So we've got our info trans. So I think somewhere like maybe here we're going to have if proportional to camera size, then we want info trans dot local scale equals got to try and work out what this would be actually. Equals, I think, okay, this is a bit of a guess, but I'm going to have 10.0f over camera dot main dot orthographic size. We probably need vector 1 times and all that, so that's fine. So vector 3.1 times by that. Okay, right. So now all we need to do at this point, let's just, we might get some error messages. If so, I think I know a good way of fixing it. Let's see if we get it. So we got 4. So yeah, this is easily fixed though. We just go, let's go to this definition. We just need to have that equals false. So now we just need to make these tiles, these destiny tiles, with that boolean to be true. So if we go resource prefabs, is it map stuff? It might still be in Destiny stuff. I think it's these Destiny tiles. Let's hover. It is that, but did I not? So that's public. I wonder why I couldn't see it. Okay, right. What have I done wrong here? I've clearly messed something up because this one should be available when I click on this. Maybe if I go back off of it and then back on. Okay, right. So the issue that we've got here is I've got a public bool called proportional to camera size, right? And it's not appearing there. What have I done wrong? Okay, I love it. I love it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we've got an error message. This is probably why. Sorry, that's the answer. This has got to be it. Oh yes, I see. I see. Let's go to this definition. So here we're just going to have that equal to false. Yeah, that's okay. That's just because we had an error message elsewhere, and we may have more error messages to come, which is fine. We can bring them on. Yeah, nice going, man. Have you ever tried? Like, I managed to get a pretty disgusting build a while ago, where I had 2 Book of Beeses that were both level 3, and I had one of those. No, I just had one level 3, but I then had, you know, the thing that enables you to clone totems. I managed to clone it so that you could get 3 of them. And so then I had about like 2 bees cards, which just got so much stronger every turn. After all that, and it still didn't work. Oh, that's because I didn't actually make it true, did I? Okay, let's have a look. Right, let's give this a shot. Okay, so I'm just going to go, first of all, pause. Let's find out the main camera is currently, orthographic size is 2.5. This one here, oh, the proportional size is apparently false. So if I were to, okay, that might be a bit too big if anything, but that's kind of roughly what we're going for. So for some reason when it's being created, this bit is becoming false. But that's okay. That means that we're kind of on the right track. I've just got to work out why that is becoming false. Maybe I changed it. It might be called map tile now. Now I think about it, I think it's the map tile that we need to work on. These are called... Oh, island tile. That's the key thing that we're after. Island tile. That's what we wanted. Okay, so that's fine. This one here needs to be true. Okay, and maybe I've made it a bit too big. So now I'll hover over these. Okay, that's definitely what we're after. But one thing which I'm intrigued with is, in theory, I might have got the proportions wrong, because that comes across absolutely tiny. So I've actually got it slightly inversely the wrong way round. So, because in theory it needs to be bigger, the bigger the orthographic size. So, could it just be, have I just got to swap these ones around? X over, so 2.5 over 5, that will make it smaller, won't it? Okay. No, that still isn't right. Don't worry, this is just the fun maths bit. So the bigger the orthographic size is, the bigger we want the thing. So I think it could just be orthographic size times by... Oh yeah, so I'm putting too many brackets here. Orthographic size times by 2. Times by... Is it times by 2? Yeah, this is where I've got to do a bit of back and forth. I think it's a number here. It might be say times 4 actually. So this will probably make it monstrously too big, but then we can work on that. No, because orthographic size 2.5 times 4 is 10. So I think it's orthographic size times 10 over 5. Yeah, there's a certain number, so I think once I think this will be still proportional to the camera size, and then we can then tweak the numbers. So if we press play now, we hover over, that's massive, and then over here it's still massive, but we now know. So if I go Control Shift P, that pauses it. We'll know that this is currently 5 by 5, which is a bit too big. So if this was say 1 by 1 by 1, that's obviously too small. So 2 by 2 by 2. I kind of want it to. So let's see what that looks like on the big screen. So I just go. Oh, actually, we've already gone on that. Okay, sorry. Ignore all of this. I just want to see how big that looks on the big screen and see if that's like readable. So I'm going to press. So. That's actually surprisingly quite difficult to actually re-simulate. Let's say half that size again. So I guess it is just orthographic size then, because if we were to half that size again, that would be... Yeah, okay, alright. I know it's proportional to the orthographic size, but it looks like it just literally is the orthographic size that we want it to be. So let's give this another try. Does that look too... Is that too intrusive? That's fine, isn't it? That's okay. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Okay. Alright, I'm kind of okay with that. Right. So that's looking a bit nicer. There's still other things that we're looking to fix, but I'm going to do one more little thing and then I'll probably call it here. Oh, this has been fun actually. This has been a proper, like, a genuinely, like, sort of, yeah, we're pretty much, the game, it's almost, like, now we can just kind of get rid of the Destiny map altogether and, like, actually just play the game. But what I will do, before I put it on either itch or indeed on the Steam thing, I want to actually just play it through a little bit to see if it works. And we can probably be writing down problems as we go. But there is one other thing that I kind of want to do. So if we go onto the map test, and we'll close all but this, we want to actually, I don't know if I've quite got the brain capacity. I'll have a think. Because yeah, what I'm looking to do next is just have a button somewhere which gives you the ability to pan out, look at the whole map, and then you can click back in if you want. So yeah, the other big things that I want to do is the zoom in and out thing, and another thing which I tell you what I have not really considered at all up until it was actually up until I think Code Rad mentioned it. What we kind of want to do is when we're actually, so I can even click that and then you can look at that while that's happening. But I want to make it so that when you've pressed this, you actually have your coins and your life there, so you can have a look at your coins and your life whilst, you know, so you can make judgments, because you've got no way of finding out how much life you've got unless you literally gain life at this point, which is kind of what I'll work on fixing. I tell you what, I probably will call it here because I'm absolutely exhausted. It turns out streaming, trying to do 3 streams in a row, I just get absolutely, my brain just gets frazzled. So I'm probably going to call it here. But this has been actually, yes, Lakia, thanks so much for hanging out. This has been really, really fun stream. And oh my gosh, like the that you properly saved my bacon a little while ago. I'll see if I can find. Let's have a look. I go into main game. Script. References. Yeah. So I put a little comment there. This was Laker helping me out just a little bit under there. So we've got a reminder. It's like that this was Laker spotting, and really well played though. I thought I'd have a little, just as a sort of memory. If anyone ever looks at this archive, they'll be like, oh, Lakia, so you've got proof, that you did that. Anyway, thank you so much. Anyway, right, I am going to probably call it here. Thank you so much for sticking around. And like I say, this week it's been, it's not often I get just a full week off. So I thought I'm going to do as much streaming as I can. But because our game is now kind of, it's almost ready to actually, to be sort of played. I want to do a couple of little things, and then I'll work on getting this game as the next update to play. Right. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.